Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, we're going to be looking at some stats from last night's victory against Espanyol. We're going to be talking about Barcelona. We're going to be talking about some key players. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything that I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into the video. All right, guys, let's get straight into the video and let's talk about Barcelona, who right now are absolutely flying and they're continuing this winning momentum. After the very, very tough week that it was against Bayern Munich, against Sevilla, and Real Madrid, in which Barcelona went 3-for-3. Barcelona, they continued the momentum against Espanyol, and we did beat them 3-1. The first half, very good. Second half, a lot to be desired. But Hansi Flick, he talked about it. He said, hey, it's acceptable for now, but we're going to be looking to improve our level on Wednesday. And when we look at Barcelona's record at the Montjuic Stadium this season, Barcelona, they're absolutely flawless. They haven't dropped a single point. They've beaten Athletic Club 2-1. They beaten Real Valladolid 7-0. Getafe 1-0. Against Young Boys in the Champions League 5-0. 5-1 against Sevilla, 4-1 against Bayern Munich, and the 3-1 victory over Espanyol. Barcelona have made the Montjuic Stadium an absolute fortress. And keeping this in mind, guys, that this stadium, it's not the Camp Nou. With that track field around the stadium, it makes it very difficult for the fans to get into the atmosphere and everything like that. But Barcelona, they've made that stadium absolutely impenetrable so far this season. And when you look at Barcelona, the amount of goals that they're scoring, Barcelona right now have scored 40 goals in 12 La Liga matches so far, and it is the club's best tally since the 1950 and the 1951 season. So we have to go back almost 60 years or a little bit more to when Barcelona scored 42 goals in the first 12 La Liga games, and that's absolutely impressive. The amount of goals that Barcelona are scoring under Hansi Flick, and you have to speak of the quality of the forwards when you talk about the goals that Barcelona are scoring, because Raphinha, my goodness, the level that he is playing at is absolutely absurd. Raphinha right now has scored 11 goals this season in just 15 matches, and that's not even counting the assists that he has as well. And in the last 2 seasons, he scored 10 goals in both of the last 2 seasons in 50 and 37 matches, respectfully. Respectfully. So in the first season, he scored 10 goals in 50 matches. In the second season, he did improve. He scored 10 goals in 37. And now in 15 matches, he scored 11. So he's already, scored more goals than the last 2 seasons combined. And the season has just started. Guys, we're in October, no, we just finished October. We're in November. So we're closing in, towards basically the halfway point of the season. But the season is still relatively new. And to see Raphinha firing on all cylinders, that's absolutely fantastic. And we also look how Raphinha yesterday, he became the first player in all competitions this season in the top 5 leagues to reach 50 chances created. That's absolutely impressive. He has created 42 chances in La Liga and 9 in the Champions League. When you have a player such as Raphinha creating for Robert Lewandowski, creating for Lamine Yamal, creating for Dani Olmo, it provides so much attacking firepower to the team, and it just makes things easier. But I also want to give a shout out to Marc Casado, guys, who this season has been a revelation, and we continue to talk about Marc Casado, how good he has been, in every single video. And Marc Gasol, he already has 5 assists this season. He's playing at the base of that midfield. He has an assist versus Girona, against Monaco, against Bayern, against Real Madrid, and against Espanyol. And these assists, they're not just like simple passes or anything like that. These are quality assists, passes that are breaking through the lines, passes that are going over the top. For example, when you think of that pass to Raphinha in the Champions League against Bayern Munich, and that speaks to the quality of Marc Gasol, a player who was, at the beginning of the season, the replacement for Marc Bernal, and a player who, we didn't really know his future, this past summer. But, Marc Gasol, comes in and he shows that he is at the level to stay here for very long. And another attacking player who we do have to talk about is Lamine Yamal, the winner of the Copa Trophy, because in the year of 2024, Lamine Yamal has 21 assists for club and country. It's absolutely ridiculous the amount of assists that Lamine Yamal is putting up. We have to keep this in mind. He is 17 years of age, guys. I don't think you guys understand how crazy that is. Lamine Yamal is already, if not the best winger in the world, at only 17 years of age, and he's continuing to make history at Barcelona and in the world of football. Could we see a fantastic year in 2025 from Lamine Yamal? Could we see an improvement over the year of 2024? And we talked about some attackers. We talked about Raphinha, Lamine Yamal. But I want to give a shout out to Inigo Martinez, who has not been dribbled past even once in La Liga this season after 11 matches, which comprises 972 minutes of action. I have to give him applause because Inigo Martinez this season has been an absolute rock in the back. He's been marshaling the defense. And in the absence of key figures such as Christensen, such as Araujo, and at the start where there's so many injuries, he's been a leader in that back line. And Hansi Flick, he places his trust in Inigo Martinez, and he's going to be a key player in his system, especially looking at how Hansi Flick likes to play, with the high line that requires such high concentration and very little margin of error, and I do want to applaud Inigo Martinez for the season that he is having, and let's hope he is able to continue. And the last thing I did want to talk to you guys about in regards to Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, because there were rumors talking about Barcelona playing against Atletico Madrid, a La Liga match in Miami, in the US, because this is something that's been going on for a long time. La Liga and Javier Tebas, they have been wanting to basically have La Liga matches in the United States. But right now, the game will not be happening. After all, this is reported by Mundo Deportivo. And so we're going to have to see if this is the case. And I'm in complete agreement for this. I do not want our players to be traveling overseas to be playing in the United States. One, because this is not preseason. This is the competitive La Liga action. You want the two teams to be playing in their stadiums. There is an advantage to playing at home and playing away. You do not want to be traveling to a neutral stadium. You want to have that advantage of being at home. And on top of that, looking in regards to the players, that requires extra travel, and you want these players to be well rested and focused for that match. You don't want to be traveling, to the Miami or the US to be playing in these type of matches, because what's going to happen from here on out is that, okay, fine, Barcelona versus Atletico in the US. You know what? Barcelona versus Real Madrid in New York, or let's say Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. That's going to be, let's say, in California. That's where La Liga is just going to take advantage of this, and they're just going to have these teams play in different parts of the world, and it's just going to add mileage, and it's just going to exhaust these players, and that's not something that you want to see. But that's just my personal opinion. I want to know if you guys agree or disagree to what I'm saying. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I wanted to talk about some of those stats in regards to Barcelona's victory over Espanyol, looking at the fantastic work that Raphinha is doing, as well as Lamine Yamal and Marcasado. And I wanted to bring you guys that update in regards to the Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid game. But guys, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.